Welcome to the Scottish Property Podcast. Scott McFarlane from Retrofit Properties. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you very much for having me.
Mate, I am looking forward to this story. You've got a story, mate.
I've got a... It just depends how long we've got.
Do you know what?
Might need to do 2 parts.
John Blackwood's on next. He might just have to wait in the waiting room. This is going to be a story, mate. From the military service to scaling the property business up, working a bad accident.
Bad accident.
Changed the trajectory of your life as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So I met a story. Take us back to the beginning. Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Galashiels, and growing up was a bit difficult. Wasn't good. I was violent. I was getting trouble with the police a lot.
Wrong crowd, just or who you were?
I think it was just me. I don't know.
You were the crowd. You were the bad crowd.
I probably was the guy that you wanted me to hang about with when I was younger. You know what I mean? So, but my mum was alcoholic when I was younger, so it affected me a lot. Yeah. So I grew up with that, which was difficult. Yeah. And I was going to school and I was being bad behaved and stuff like that. So, but then,
kicked out of
school.
Nah.
Does that, when you think back to your childhood and all that, I mean, is it pretty negative? Or
negative,
was it?
There is obviously. I was loved. I did feel love. I wasn't mum and dad loved me, and mum and dad broke up.
Just who they were. That was the
and then that's when mum became an alcoholic. It was difficult. I was then violent at school, kicked out of school. So school wasn't good, but I never learned at school. It wasn't I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah. They try to pigeonhole you into the school and an education system where it's one size fits.
And they do, and that's it. And it wasn't for me. I didn't really learn much.
What age are you now? So how long?
31.
Right. Okay.
So that was I got kicked out of school at 15.
Right. Did you get back in?
No,
that was you.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that day?
I remember the day. I was happy.
Yeah.
What happened?
It was in biology, and I was shouting back at teachers and stuff like that. I remember it. And then it was like maybe a week after I violently assaulted someone, which no good. Young guy. And then social work got involved. And if I was 2 weeks or 3 weeks older, I'd have been taken off, I'd gone to a juvenile prison. It was that bad. So my dad got me in the car and drove me up to Edinburgh it was the Royal Marines, so it was the Navy. That's where I was going to start with, but because I'd been charged, I couldn't.
In Shanwick Place, the
end of the Princess Street. I remember it this day. I drove up there. They said, no, can't get in. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, my dad's like, right, okay, we'll go to the army centre. So we went back to Galashiels, army centre, and they accepted me. The guy just said, off the record, don't tell them you've been charged by the police.
Right.
But it's not on your criminal record anyway because you're under 16.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I was gone. I was away at Harrogate. So it's like a junior army school. You go for a year, so you learn English, you learn maths, IT, and you do a year.
And this is at the age of 16, 15?
16.
16
So it was I think it was like, I'm born in August and this was at the start of September.
So it was like an entry to the army almost.
And how did you feel? Obviously, it didn't sound like you had a great home life at that time. You're obviously seeing your mum struggle and all the rest of it.
Yes.
So, how did that feel when you're 16? You're just a kid, mate, you know?
I'm a kid, but I went there and to start with, it was difficult. It was difficult because I done what I wanted. Nobody could tell me, and I got forced the discipline into me. Ironing my uniform every morning, it was the discipline. Then you get...
Did you resist it?
I resisted it. I was fighting with other young soldiers there at the time, but I soon knocked it out. Get took in the shower room with 2 years. If this happens again, like, that is it.
Wow.
And then...
What did your dad do then? Was he? What was his job, his career?
He was he was on the railway.
Right.
So he worked away a lot and stuff.
But he just knew that army was the only place it was going to.
It was going to. So mum and dad were separated. My dad didn't really know too much what was happening at home, like, because we wouldn't tell him. Yeah. It's no sign. So his hands were kind of tied.
Yeah. He just sees the results that you getting kicked out of school. You need to fucking.
You need to go and do something. What are you going to do with your life? So that was like the biggest changing point in my life.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
At the time?
So I've got an older sister, 7 years older, and an older brother, 2 years older.
Right. But see, moving away as well, like, obviously you're still a kid, but you must have been worried about your mum still as well, no? Like,
definitely. My sister was at home and stuff, but my sister at a young age moved in with my brother-in-law. So, so it was me and my brother in the house with my mum, which wasn't easy, but it's one of the ones that you need to kind of take the looking back, I'm like, well, that's probably shaped me to the
Yeah,
person
who
I am
you
today.
are. Yeah.
And it's like, and use it as a positive that I'm not going to let myself go doing stuff in roads like that.
What was the full intro to the army like after you'd done that first year at, I suppose, almost school to go?
So then
to?
you go to Catterick and you do 3 months there. If you join as an adult, you do 6 months, and then that's you done. You're fully trained. You pass out. So I'd done the 3 months there, and then I'd done another like 3 or 6 months in the battalion in Edinburgh at Dreadcorn Barracks.
Right.
And then I was away to Afghan.
Was it that young?
That young, 18-year-old. Could hardly carry my backpack. Never mind go to Afghan.
This is mental. So what year would that have been?
2012.
So this was conflict. This was...
Aye, that
Go
was
straight
right.
to Afghan. Yep.
This was...
Done my training for Afghan.
Were you infantry then?
Infantry, yeah.
Right.
Aye, I was infantry.
I see with Adam.
What's your kind of memories of that then, in terms of...
When I went, if to be transparent, it would quieten down a bit.
Aye.
Still seen stuff, still got shot at, still shot at.
What
people.
camp was that? Can you
So we
remember that was
flew into Camp Bastion.
Bastion?
We went to Camp Bastion and then went
British Army one, wasn't it?
flew out in a helicopter in the middle of the night, no lights on, to PB. It was called Folad. I still remember it. And it was just sandbagged walls, like big hexes of sandbags. And then you're in there, no showers, no toilets.
You must get some adrenaline rush when you're going through that sort of thing.
Definitely. It was good, but there's obviously bad moments of it. But
Did you understand the danger when you were that young, or did you just think this was an adventure?
Well, before that, I trained up on the Violin, which is a metal detector.
Right.
So I'm an 18-year-old, and I'm leading the line, and I'm like thinking, and then I'm like, what the fuck's that? Pardon my language, but what the hell's happening here?
You're the first one to go.
Did you ever, kill a guy, shoot a guy?
I shot at someone. I never. I don't know if I killed someone.
You
no.
just don't know.
Don't know. No.
Was it regular conflict when you were there?
No, it was like I say, it was a bit quieter when I went. But the guys that were there were on the previous tour, and they said it was absolutely mad.
Carnage.
You know.
Because I remember there was time when it was like there was these they were going out and patrol, and it was all the IEDs and all that, and the things were just getting blown up.
So that's what it is. They just hide them, or they know when you're
ambushed.
crossing a point. So they'll leave like markers somewhere. They know that that's where the IED is. So when they walk someone go through it, they'll just phone it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
How many tours did you do in Afghan?
Just the one tour.
Just one.
The one tour. So I done the one tour. I came back from Afghan, and my mum was really unwell.
Right.
In fact, during the tour, I got brought back at New Year, and they said my mum was going to pass, and came back, and then she ended up pulling through it. And it wasn't until 2 years later then that's when my mum passed.
Right.
So that
Were you still serving?
So I was serving. I moved over to Belfast. So they went from Edinburgh, Dreadcorn Barracks, and they took one Scots. That's the battalion I was in, and they took them to Belfast. And when I was over there, it was difficult. So I was coming home quite a lot to make sure my mum was all right.
Man.
Then my mum, I just got out of the army, and then my mum passed about 6 months later.
And ultimately, was that due to the alcoholism?
Due to alcohol,
and well, that's so. What effect does that have on you at that time?
Oh, massive effects. I turned to drink a lot, substances. Really was going down the wrong. I felt like I was living my before I'd went to the army years back.
Yeah.
When I wasn't myself. I wasn't my true self. Then I started Muay Thai, and I had started, and I went to the gym. I said, "When's the next show?" My coach said 9 weeks. I went, "I'm fighting on it." And he laughed at me. He's like, Toby, his name is. It's laughed, and I went, "No, I'm on that."
Had you ever done any of that kind of
Never.
martial arts or combat sports? No.
But I thought I could fight because I thought I was a wee Raji guy when I was younger.
You did plenty of fighting at school.
I had done plenty of fighting, so I thought I can go in the ring. He's like,
here's a vent. I'm just going to vent this.
So I just head down. Yeah. That was it. 9 weeks training, good. 6 days a week, 2 days strength conditioning in the morning, classes at night. Getting focused.
Yeah.
And then my dad was on the railway, so I was always interested. What am I going to do next? I'm at the army now.
What was the break? So the point where you left the army again? Just scroll back a wee bit there.
So that was my mum.
With your mum,
and my mental health was gone.
And that was at that point.
Couldn't be away for him.
Was the decision made for you, or did you make the decision?
I made the decision, but it was happening anyway. I was going through.
You
the
were
process.
going through a bad. That was a really bad slow point in your life.
So that was the case, and then I came back, drinking and all that. And what you do? I was
back in Galashiels.
Galashiels, aye.
So you're kind of, you've got a bit of reputation there from growing up, and then you came back to that. Or?
I don't know. Maybe it's a new generation came through now, but like I could probably handle myself. But it's not nothing to be proud of. Like no. You don't want to turn to that. So I just like get on with people now, and that's the difference now. Is before I wouldn't say I got on with many. I had loads of friends in that, but anyone else I wasn't really interested in. Like wasn't interested in helping or talking to and stuff like that. So you knew I would rather go out and help people, talk to people, and it's like. I'm like, this is a true reflection.
But you moved away from there anyway now.
I moved away from there.
How was the multi then? How did you?
So I done decent.
Won the fight in the 9 weeks training.
So I won the fight after 9 weeks training, which was actually in Galashiels. That's why I wanted to fight on it. So I had everyone there, all my family, friends and stuff like that. So I done training 9 weeks, won that fight. I had about another 7 fights after that.
C class.
C class. I was fought B class.
Nice.
My third fight, I fought A class. I got beat. A class. My third fight.
Full blown elbows, mate.
It was like, and the guy beat me.
Right.
It was a massive show in Newcastle.
Right.
But I was just started. This guy had been to Thailand about 3 or 4 times and trained for 12 years and all that. And I thought, I'm still going to beat him. And it was a bit like, doesn't matter how tough you are. If you're not trained properly, then these guys will just catch your kicks and you can't really do nothing against them.
I'm trying to read the tattoos on the side of your neck there, man. What is it?
It says Numamu and Pum Lassiet.
What's the story behind?
So that's the slogan for the battalion I was in, the Royal Regiment of Scotland.
Right, okay.
But it also means no one will provoke me with impunity. So no one will anger me and get away with it. That's like the slogan for the army. And when I got this, I thought that's the case for me. No.
Yeah, I'm glad you're smiling at me. Like we're best pals, aren't we? Like, I've never said a bad word against you.
So that was the army days, and then I was interested in my dad being on the railway. So I went and done a course, electrical engineer.
Right.
It's called OLEC. I was only at OLEC 2. It was like...
So what age are you here then?
21, 22.
Yeah.
I'd done that course. It was 3-4 grand. I was going straight on to £26 an hour. And back then it was...
It's good money back then.
Even to be honest, it's good money now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'd done that, and then I managed to get a job between the railway between Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Nice.
And then I moved to Wales and done the same down there, but I went to OLEC 3. It was really good money. I was probably on about minimum £1,500 a week.
Right, brilliant.
So it was really good money.
And that's maintenance on the railways.
So it's the overhead lines.
Okay.
So the overhead lines on the railway, and you're rather installing them or maintaining them.
Generally nights, is it? Night
all
shifts?
nights, which was really good. So they would turn it. That's high voltage, 25,000 volts.
Yeah.
But they would turn it off at night. But you would start work at 8 o'clock, and then they had to turn the last train's at 11:30. So you're in the van.
Right.
Then the time you get on the track, do your work, the first train's at 6 o'clock.
Right.
So you're getting paid 8-10 hours.
What, you doing at Browse and Right Move and all that? That's
to be honest, so that's when it gave me the money to buy my first property. It was for me in Galashiels.
So wait, but as soon as the upbringing at that point as well, you think having that kind of money at that age, you would have just started fucking blowing it, just started going on nights.
To be honest, I did blow a good money.
But you started thinking about property, you started thinking about the future, and like, well,
definitely.
Probably,
so back then I was very materialistic as well.
Right,
do you have any relationships back then at that point when you started earning that good money? Were you in a relationship with a girlfriend or?
I was. No, in fact, at that time I wasn't. No, in fact, I wasn't actually.
Just single guy with all this money.
Aye, basically. Aye, that's
enjoying life.
Enjoying life. Aye, just as a wee guy in flannels and buying stuff online for Selfridges and very materialistic. So I never had it when I was younger. So I felt like I had something to maybe prove. Yeah. And any time I went out for dinner, every single meal. Instagram. I've got
steaks.
Which is fine. I probably still do it now, but not as much. But I felt like I had something to show, maybe not prove, but like that I was actually doing right for myself.
Yeah.
And then that's when I bought my first property. 21. I was 21.
Wow, that's brilliant.
It was a 2-bedroom ground floor flat. It was a block of 4.
Right.
68 grand.
Was this for you to live in?
For me to live in.
Yeah. Where was it?
In Galashiels.
Aye.
2 bedrooms, 68 grand. I'm sure I spent 12,000 on the refurb, but during the refurb, I loved it. That's what ignited me in property.
Right.
I was like, this is amazing. In fact, that's actual Retrofit Properties. Retrofit, a lot of people think it's energy, but when I done all my reading into it, it means old to new. I love the fact that
the transformation.
The transformation, and it ignited me. And then my mum passed, but she stayed in my granddad's. And my granddad had left that to my uncle and my mum. So I just said, my sister was then taken over, and I said, how much is needed to buy that house? It was a 1-bedroom, 24 grand. And that's fine, I'll find 24 grand and I'll buy that. So that was my second one. That was maybe a couple of years later I bought that.
When you say you've just found 24 grand, was it just through the work?
So
you were working good money?
I was working, I had
Savings.
good money. I think I had to go away. I had to maybe borrow like 5 or 6 grand off my dad or something. Like, it was like, I had good money saved. Right. Because I was making good, like I say, I was making good money.
Yeah.
And then I bought my third property. And that's when the serviced accommodation comes into it.
Right.
So I bought it in...
This one, Galashiels as well?
No, this is in Edinburgh.
All right.
Shawfair. So it's, there's a new train station put there. So actually, it turns out it works out really well for serviced accommodation. And I moved to Glasgow with Ellie, my fiance. So that was 4 years ago. 5 years ago. I don't know. And then she said, why don't you put it on Airbnb? And back then, Airbnb wasn't really a thing. There was no licenses. You could just literally iPhone photos and put it up. Bookings coming in, making like 3-4 grand a month. And I was like, wow, this is tasty. I want more of that. And then one of my friend's dads said, I've got a property in the town. Do you want to manage it? And I was like, I'll manage it. He goes, how much? I said, 20%. Didn't have a clue. Right. So I just put that up for him, and that started making loads of money. And then that's how the management side of stuff came, service accommodation management. But obviously now it's
fell into accident by
accident. Fell into accident. It was Ellie just saying, put it up.
Yeah.
Went and put a sofa and a couple beds in it, and I was just like, started making me really good money.
So what years would that have been then?
That would have been 2020.
Was that no COVID times?
2021.
That would have been like COVID's round about that time, wouldn't it?
So it would have just been after 2021. It was
when things started opening back up
again.
Opening
back up, it would have been 20.
Yeah,
21 maybe, I think, or 20.
21 would have been So you started managing for other people?
Managing.
How are you juggling that then with the railway career?
No, so I was, we've skipped a bit of
hang on, reverse back.
We're getting ahead of myself here.
You were too busy trying to work out how long you'd been in that relationship for that you were like 3-4 years, just in case Ellie's listening. You still with Ellie?
It's my fiance. They just got engaged.
Good,
So,
congratulations.
And Ellie's now involved in property. We'll get to that.
Right, so reverse back then to your railway career.
So railway. So I was on the railway 5 years. 5 years, I think it was. And then I was in a bad accident. Really bad accident on the railway.
Wow.
So we do the overheads. There's the wires above the trains. There's about 2 tons of tension in that wire.
To keep them
to keep it as tight. Yeah. 2 tons worth of tension, and a clamp gave way, and I was standing right in front of it, and it just went straight through my head.
Oof. Do you have any memory of that moment?
It never knocked me out.
What's that?
It never knocked me out.
It didn't?
No.
Fuck.
But you know a hard hat? It went right through the hard hat. Oh. And you know if you got a sledgehammer, in fact you run over it with a car, it'll no break. Yeah. Like there's so much, and it went straight through the head. Broke all my eye socket, bleed on my brain. But at the time I only went home every 8 weeks because this is when I was living in Cardiff, Newport. Right. So I was working down there. So I went for the job in Edinburgh to Cardiff, and we went Newport, and we went home every 8 weeks, and this was my night to go home. It was a Thursday night, and I say
last shift
to everyone else, me and my friend Barry said, you can get away every night, but see when we go home, we want to sign in and drive to Scotland. But someone else never turned up that night. So Barry got up the road, because I was a machine operator as well, like, do you know the mute, like a telehandler on the cherry picker eye. So he went up the road. I was meant to be going up the road, but I got put in the basket with someone else. And then obviously that accident happened.
How lucky do you feel still to be here?
Very lucky. Like really
that
lucky.
Could have killed you, right?
Could have killed me straight away. If I was turning, so I was facing this way to the wire. If I was facing that way, I would have been dead. If I was an inch to the right or an inch to the left, it would have took my eye off. My eye would be gone. And has it left you with anything long term, physical or disadvantage? Any disabilities? My speech kind of got worse.
Right.
So it's maybe sounded like I slurred a bit and stuff like that. In fact, when I look back at videos that I've done, I can tell probably people, because I'm watching it maybe 3 or 4 times. You know what it's like. And then short term memory loss, which has got better.
Right.
And then I had bad mental health for a good few years.
So what was that? That was rushed to hospital, cracked broken skull,
fractured skull. So at the front of your head, you've got 2 layers of skull.
Is that what the scar is there?
That's what the scar is there. Right? And I've been cut from ear to ear.
So you had a full-on operation and a metal, did you say metal?
So the rushed me in, they put mesh in there, but that failed. So I've actually had 3 operations on my head now.
Wow.
So I had the first one, emergency one, went straight in, got that done. Then I got the second one to get a custom-made metal plate put in.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that put in, the blood vessels burst in my head. So my head started just filling with blood.
Oof.
So I got took back in for the third one. And there's actually, it's moving a bit now as well. Actual right this, like,
feel it?
Yeah, so I'm on a waiting list
what,
at St. John.
Twitch? Like that?
No, the
feel
actual
the plate.
plates. The plates moved a little bit.
All right.
So the plate holding the skull together then? With its
And bridging my eye socket. Because my eye socket got broken.
right over the middle of the top.
Right over there, so that got broken, it came straight in.
Do you remember, like, obviously you're still conscious at that point, like, sorry for going back, I mean, it must be like traumatic actually even thinking about the moment, but do you remember hearing a noise or the
I remember a bang. It was like poof. So when it happened, I thought it was an electric shock. I thought there was maybe because even though it's turned off, there's the odd time there could be maybe a small current in it.
Yeah.
And I thought that's what happened. Or the electricity came back on, I wasn't sure. Because I was a machine operator, I'm in between all these wires.
Yeah.
So, and there's just blood pouring in, right running at the bottom of the basket. So
I know you need to watch what you say and all that, but did they ever say, was it down to human error or just a freak accident or?
I think it was equipment error. They've not really put it on it. They tried to obviously, you know what it's going to be like. Everyone tries to blame everyone else. And I was self-employed at the time. But I wasn't self-employed. I had a limited company, but I got told when to go to work. I got told where to go to work.
Class as a contractor for them.
So I'm technically employed.
Yeah.
So that's the way. I think that's actually the route that the way the HMRC and stuff are going just at the moment.
With
as
that
well.
I-35, isn't it?
I-35.
That's right. Yeah.
So if you work for example,
someone.
if I was to come in this podcast studio and you told me to come here at 9 o'clock every morning, but I was getting paid as a limited company, then they're changing it.
So obviously recovery from that is like a long process from that major operation. You said yourself about you struggled mentally as well to pick yourself back up.
Big time, aye.
You're basically rebuilding your life again.
Yep.
So what's going through your head and how were those sort of dark days?
It was the dark days. It was a lot of dark days. In fact, fair play to my partner Ellie. Now she picked me up a lot.
Was she starting to run out you then?
So it was just after that.
Like early on in the relationship.
Aye. So it was quite. I was still had the struggles when I met Ellie was still bad. That eventually came at the woodworks because you can only try and hide that so much.
And what was looking back on that like? I mean, is it just literally struggling to get out of bed in the morning, or
I struggled to get out of bed in the morning, being anxious. But I'd been there before, and I'm like, this can't be happening again, you know.
Right.
So it's just about keeping busy. And the minute I started full time in property is probably the next like pivotal change in my life. That like I've got a focus now. I think that's what I always need to have is a focus.
Something that keeps you passionate.
Keep me passionate.
To didn't go through.
and see that kind of like, I mean, I don't know whether to label it as depression or what.
It's more depression, anxiety.
Traumatic.
It's more anxiety is what I done.
Anxiety from you. I mean, would you all link that from the accident, you know, to what happened to you, and obviously what it did to you and how you were trying to recover from it?
So it was just recovering. It's more probably having too much time to think and then wondering why I don't feel good.
Right.
That was kind of what it was always. It was like, well, why am I feeling like this? Why? And you're going through, you know, the usual checklist that probably why people feel rubbish is like money, relationships, family, friends. I'm like, everything's good.
I've got them all. Aye.
I was like, money wasn't too much because I'd obviously got a bit of money from the accident.
So you done a court claim
and stuff like that. They'd give me a small amount here and there. Right. Then I did eventually get a decent bit of money. Which helped me progress in my property business.
So you'd already started this property business previous to this,
so I was buying it. I knew the love for it. I knew that was going to be the end goal. I knew that was what I wanted to do.
How many sort of did you have? Like you say, you were managing properties for the short term market.
I only had a couple of managements, and I had 3 properties of my own.
Okay,
and then obviously then that happened. I managed to buy a few more properties. And now I'm sitting at a portfolio of about 13 units.
And you never went back to the job, obviously.
No. Own guy now.
That would. You must see when you go like in a train now or pass by. Do you ever get flashbacks or anything like that? Or
no. To be honest, every time we walk by me and Ellie go out to walks with the dog and stuff. I never walk by I'm always like, see that? That's what I used to work on every time. I'm like, sorry, you've told me 10 times. that's what failed. It was clamps on there. Aye.
So that accident happened in what year?
2020, I'm sure it was. 20.
You feel like you've managed to move on?
Yes, big time.
Yeah. And obviously you got financial compensation, which we won't be able to go into, but that's obviously helped you in a sense to change direction in your life as well.
How long was that process between that and getting that payout to I suppose move on? And
I think it was about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I've got a friend. I gave him your number after I spoke to you.
Yep.
I said I'm reach out. I don't want to share his story because he's going through that same bit, and it feels like it's. Every time I speak to him, I do feel bad for him because it feels like it's just paused his fucking life waiting on this court case ending. And I know he's getting frustrated when he's buying properties, but he can't put it there and he can't showcase what he's doing.
You can't you can't do too much.
Nah, you can't actually.
But I suppose
get
if you're honest about it, then like maybe some people hold it back because they say, well, if they see me making money, then I'm going to get money on the claim. But then again, you need to sacrifice rather money or your mental health.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm picking every time. Yeah. I'm picking my mental health. I was going to say money there by mistake. Because to be honest, I am.
It's naturally, it's in your DNA. It's naturally in you.
Aye, yep.
Right, so where does it start getting serious for you with the property?
Get a pot of cash sitting there.
Getting to go, aye. So I went and bought another SA unit.
And are you doing more research? Are you doing any education? Are you looking at YouTube? People doing different strategies? Are you networking?
I'm fully self-taught in property. I've not done any courses.
Yes, you're my man. Yes. Self-taught brigade.
Like the first one we've done.
Yes, self-taught.
It's fucking property educators, man. Gurus.
I know.
Yeah, I'm getting you signed up.
I know. So
he's working on you.
So when I realised how profitable SA was, I'd done so much research on it, how to make money and how to maximise the occupancy and the revenue for me, and then obviously the couple clients I had.
And was that just like reading YouTube?
Podcasts? I never watched YouTube. It was more just reading. What you can read on the internet with AI, and you can. It's hard not to make money these days. I personally think, because anything you just go to, your chat GPT, AI's telling you.
That's where Stephen wrote his latest property course from. Just do that ChatGPT, mate.
Well, I was going to do essay and put my essay in the course, but I've got getting Scott in it now.
Oh, right, okay.
So
I'm just making this essay up.
So then the license and stuff came in. You probably spoke about that a lot here as well. And I knew that because I was managing clients' properties, I knew that I needed to get educated on that. So I feel now that I'm probably know the whole licensing and compliance.
Right, so you were in Edinburgh then with these managed units. So that was one of the places that they really...
So that's a controlled area. So luckily mine came under Midlothian.
Oh, right, okay.
I got the licenses, no bother. Right. And the good thing about these properties, and that's the sort of areas that I'll keep buying for myself now, or advise clients to buy, is because the train stations are there. Takes you into the city in 10 minutes. You're getting a cheaper property. You can then charge cheaper rates.
So what areas would that be then?
So that's like your Dalkeiths, S-Banks, Shawfair.
Is that South Edinburgh? No.
Yeah, South Edinburgh.
Aye. So it's south, but it's classed as Midlothian. Aye.
Right, okay. So it's not Edinburgh Council, it's Midlothian Council.
So you've got your Edinburgh City, then you've got your Midlothian.
So your experience with getting the licence has been quite positive so far then with Midlothian?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the places, in fact, there's even in the city of Glasgow, I've had licences. That's a controlled area. You're meant to have planning permission. I've got licence approved for that.
Right.
I've got licence approved in most. That's a part of one of my services as well.
You provide the license service to get them.
I'll take care of all of their compliance, so they know that I'm going to the council. Everything. I'll have the conversations with the council to get that over the line.
What about the clients that come in and say, "Do you know, I don't want the license, Scott. Just fucking get me making money soon."
It's one of the ones. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But you'll sign a seriously documented. From
your management company.
From my management company, we'll say we'll sign that. Nothing's coming back on me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk about it, but if that's what you want to do,
that's on you.
Then You sign this document to tell me you're fully compliant, because if not, I'm not taking control of the property.
Yeah.
So is this your main focus now? Is the serviced accommodation management?
Management.
And also you're still building your own units that you hold in your own name?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So I've got property in my own name which I'd bought before I'd went full time in property and kind of knew the tax benefits of buying it in a limited company. So I've got 3 in there. In total, I've got 13 properties.
Then you started buying them.
6 of them are HMOs that I joined up with Kyle Black.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we bought
Kyle.
Shout out to Kyle.
Shout out to Kyle, great guy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Caught up with Kyle yesterday, actually. He was saying I UJV'd on that HMO.
On the HMO,
the West End of Glasgow, isn't it?
4 in the West End, 1 in Montrose, and 1 in Paisley.
Good stuff.
So the one in Paisley's got a longer term rental. I think it's like, I don't know if they're contractors, but they're not paying short term money, but they're paying good money. 1 in Montrose we're going to sell, but now I went up and seen it. Massive. It's good. Massive.
So what's the partnership there then? You bringing in the money? Are you the money man? And he's doing all the donkey work?
No, to be honest, it's been so I'm 50% and Kyle and his business partner are 50%. So there's 3 of us in it.
Right.
And we all work really good in conjunction with each other.
Right.
And we've all got our own benefits that we bring to strengths, that's the right word, to bring into a good team. It's been really good.
And how did that, because a lot of talk about portfolios, isn't there? Everyone, that's the buzzword at the moment,
That's like the holy grail, mate, getting a portfolio that's like your HMO, good stock, and is the Montrose one, that could be an SA?
That's going to be an SA. Because
you've got the off the coast, isn't it? Or the
so they're doing the wind farms now. So we're going to sell it. Actually, Kyle put it on the market. Yeah. I went up and seen it and decided to take it off the market. So probably next week or week after, I'll get it staged.
Brilliant.
And then we'll get it out there for contractors. Which is obviously a good way to go. The contractors is good because you're getting longer bookings. But not every single property works for contractors.
We had a chat about this before as well. You get a lot of clients coming in going, I've got this buy to let in this fucking street. I've had it as a buy to let for 7 or 8 years. But I've heard online that you can make money as an SA and go, here, can you manage that? Do you get a lot of that? And how
so I get a lot of people maybe going to buy a property, or maybe off a social, and they'll just say, well, it's good for, because it's not in a tourism area, so it's not in like a city centre where you're going to get tourists. They'll just say, oh, I work for contractors. And I say, well, have you done your due diligence on it? Have you reached out to any developments happening in the area? Like, how do you know it's going to work for contractors? So any property that doesn't work as tourism, people think it's going to work as contractors, and that's not the case.
How did you meet Kyle? How did you come in contact with him? I was interested to see how kind of business relationships form.
That was years ago. How did I meet Kyle? I'm sorry, Kyle, I don't remember. Whatever the camera is.
Short-term memory.
I know, short-term memory loss.
Kyle, remember, let's call him.
Let's call him. It's a good relationship with Kyle. To be honest, I've been building good relationships, and everything just now is just organic with me. It's like, I've not done any marketing, I've not done any advertising. And you'll see my Instagram, like, there's no much on it. There's no much on it happening. That's one of my main focuses for the moment. It's got a marketing girl in. Charlotte, she's really good.
It's planning to try and grow the management company up that.
Grow the management company as well as do my own stuff. But the main focus now is to build the management side of the business, and then I want to go down the apart hotel.
Nice.
So I went and viewed one yesterday.
Nice.
It's more serviced apartments.
Do you see a real niche in the management company, because obviously the changes with licenses the last couple of years, and I suppose most people don't really still have a clue. Even the ones that are managing it, you speak to people and it's like, oh, we don't know with that council, but like it's like there's an opportunity to get good at that.
There is an opportunity, and I think that's why being on social media and stuff like that, I'll get my knowledge out there, and obviously linking up with this is property to do some educational stuff. Then, because a lot of people don't know, like you say, they don't know what each council requirements are. Like, is it a controlled area? Do you need planning permission? Do you not need planning permission? And I think it's important as well before people take finish a refurb, that they know that some of the stuff that you need to put in, like thumb turn door locks on the front door, so if there's a fire, you don't need a key. Like, there's small details that they could learn, very small details that'll help them moving forward.
And just get through
that's
that
all
process.
well. I mean, that's great and all well and good, but we have had, I can't remember who it was we had on who did one. I think it was West Lothian.
Was it not the guy
Council.
Mark that did the Livingston one?
Yeah, Livingston it was, and he bought it and he did the full refurb with a view to do the essay, and then there was some sort of councillor took a hard stance, and then he got knocked back for the license, and then he couldn't do it. So have you had any kind of bad situations where you've been
Luckily,
knocked back?
no. Luckily, I've actually had councillors come to me and tell me that I need planning permission.
Right.
And not a controlled area. And I says, no, you don't. And they're like, oh, do you know? And I'm like, you're the person telling me I need planning permission. You should know that. And then I basically read them the law back to them and say that's not the case. You don't need planning permission.
What about the neighbours? Because that's always a big one as well. So you get neighbours that start fighting it.
That's a big one because at the moment I've got one with a hot tub in a residential area.
So if they object,
and there's sectarian songs getting sung at 2 a.m. and all that.
Well, you can't pick your.
But what I do with that is I go and drop my business card off at the neighbours.
Right.
Don't phone anyone. You don't need to phone Airbnb because you don't know who it's booked. It could be direct. It could be booking.com. So you don't know if you're phoning the right person anyway. There's no point phoning the council. But I think there's no point. Obviously, there's maybe a point for her or him. Give me a call.
I think if you call, at least you can rectify it. Try and smooth over the situation. And
and then there's different.
So what do you do? I mean, how do you kind of smooth that one out? I mean, you're not going to turn up at midnight and say, stop singing sectarian songs. So how do you deal with that sort of
I'm going to be in my bed anyway, so I'm not really going to know about it till next again day. Then I can have a word with the guest, and just say, listen, that this is, the neighbours are complaining. If this happens again, then you'll be kicked out. But see, by then they're probably only doing a 2-night stay anyway, and they're not caring.
They've burst themselves in the one night.
What songs do you sing in your hot tub, mate?
No, it's not going to be sectarian songs.
It's the neighbours complaining. The big one for me at the moment is guests complaining.
So what do they complain about then?
Anything. Everything. You name it. You name it, and I guess has complained about it.
What's the most pain in the arse complaint you've had? Like recently, there must be ones.
This is the worst one I've ever had. Is the women were saying the heating's not working or the hot water, and I said, well, can you send me a picture of the boiler? But it's got the temperature on it.
Send you a picture of the radiator.
No, the actual boiler, but it's got the temperature on it. I said, it's working.
It's on.
And then so the light on the boiler was on for heating, but it wasn't on for hot water. And I said, if you run the tap, then you'll get hot water. So she ran the tap, came back, took a photo of the light on. She went, I think it's ridiculous that you need to run the hot tap to have hot water.
What?
What? In fact, I've actually got the screenshots there. You need to run the hot tap to get hot water.
Right.
And I went,
what was she expecting?
What do you want?
What is she hearing?
Do you want hot water? Do you want hot water without having the tap on? Because you're not going to get it. Because she was obviously fixated on the lights on the boiler. And said, I think it's ridiculous that you need to have the hot tap on to have hot water.
She was totally...
There's no other way of getting hot water.
So you got the instant hot water one. But
so her question didn't really even make sense.
It doesn't make it. It made zero sense. And then give me a bad review for it. So I then stated what she said to me in the review to make people realise how stupid this person was.
That's the point. That can be painful to the business if you're getting bad
painful.
reviews.
Definitely
something that's not justified.
But I think, especially Airbnb guests are now clicking on that if you complain, you'll get a refund. So I could have the property deep cleaned 5 times in a row. It could be perfect. But if any of us went into the property, you could find a fault.
And how is that? Well, I used to do Airbnb and all the rest of it, but how is that now when somebody complains to Airbnb? Do they look for the evidence still and all the rest of it?
So they look for the evidence, but the guests already got the photos because they found it. So your hands are tied. So they're getting a refund. So
usually it goes in their favour and you're at a loss.
And I'm at a loss. But then on the flip side as well, Airbnb are fair because if they damage my property, I use a app called, Timestamp. Mm-hmm. So my cleaners, after they clean the property, and it's got a time stamped, so date and time. So I get them to do that after every clean.
So every clean they take a picture.
They take a picture. Right. So if I take a picture of that room and then the next guest go in, put a hole in the wall, and they go, that was already there. And I went, no, it wasn't there because there's your photo.
Have you had any successful claims or damages in that?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You have.
So it's really hard because you need so much evidence.
But you've got the system in place to see.
I've got everything in place to make sure. That's a good thing about having this business is systems are important.
Yeah.
What's your percentage for management fee? Do you vary or is
18%?
18%. And
5 or plus units, I'll drop it to 16. Okay. You give me 5 units plus, I'll drop it to 16.
And you take it on all over?
All over Scotland. I'll probably not go up to the Highlands. From the Scottish borders to probably Aberdeen is probably max.
So how difficult is it trying to presumably you want to scale this?
Oh, I'm in the process and I seem to be going in the right direction with it, yeah, definitely.
How hard what's your biggest pain points and what's your biggest challenges? I've heard from other operators, it's like cleaners.
Cleaner, I would say is the backbone to the business.
Yeah.
So if they don't turn up on a Sunday, That's the whole operation.
Remember Robertson was saying that at Courier Retreats that he'd went and got his cleaner from the local hotel at Port Patrick, and I don't know if they're on like £12 an hour, he just gave them £15 an hour.
Yep.
And it just word of mouth spreads in the local cleaners that the best money is the fucking his Courier Retreats and stuff like that. And he was like, you've got all the cleaners, so you had to pay the premium to get them, but now you've got them.
So I realise that now as well. In fact, I had a really good cleaner that done my Edinburgh ones, and she said she had a sore back. And then it turned out she had cancer, and she literally recently passed, and she was so good. She was really good. And she was cheap. She was the cheapest. But she was more a domestic cleaner, so you probably didn't realise that you could up the prices.
Really
that's where I started off with, and that's what made my business so well.
What does a day-to-day look like for you now then? Just chilling in Starbucks, a wee coffee in the laptop, or are you out about the properties, or you...
Aye, so it's a lot of it. It's non-stop because you don't know when a guest is going to message you. You don't know. You need to do your cleaning and cleaning coordination at 11 o'clock to make sure all the guests are out. Then going back in at 3, and having so many under management. Was so many? There's just over 20 there at the moment. And
is that just you don't like, you know, you've got a team of like cleaners or maintenance people that go around, but it's just you don't have any employees at the moment, do you?
So I've just took on a VA.
All right.
So she's
what do you get them to do for you?
So she does guest communication.
Right.
She does coordination with the cleaning and laundry. She does the maintenance side of stuff.
Nice.
Then when it's quieting down, she'll go and make me find different contractor platforms. So
nice.
Then start listing them on there.
And a bit of value as well, then that's good, yeah.
Aye, so she does quite a lot.
And do you use really booking.com as well for bookings? And I hear a lot of people say about getting direct bookings is obviously a great thing because you're cutting out that whole 15%.
So if someone books direct, they usually want a discount.
Mm-hmm.
So you're giving them a 10% discount, which looks really good, but you're saving 15% plus VAT.
Yeah.
So that's 18% that OTA will take. So you're still in pocket by 8%, but the guest that's booking direct looks like they're getting a good deal, but you're also getting a good deal.
Everyone's kind of winning.
So ideally, that's when you want to go to contractors or contractors in the area or big companies and stuff like that, and try and go direct to them.
So that's something that you set up for your clients as well, like you have a system
set that up.
Yeah,
but to start with, I was more just tourism.
Yeah,
I was like just getting really good high occupancy. But then I realised that not everywhere you can do that. So I had to diverse.
Where do you think the good opportunity for somebody thinking that they want to buy a unit to operate as a serviced accommodation? What would you say is high in demand, low hassle, you know, and you're going to get consistent bookings, and ultimately as an investor I want to make a good return and factor your 18% into it because I don't want the hassle, I want you to be doing all the work. So what would you say somebody, is it a 3-bedroom terraced house with parking, what areas are good?
I would never really tell a client to pick a place. I would say find a good deal and then run the numbers on it. And do your own numbers, not just all source, like no disrespect to any source and stuff like that, but some of the numbers I've seen they're making the deal look more lucrative than it actually is.
Well, this is something you see a lot of people sourcing properties, serviced accommodation properties, and you think some of the numbers are pie in the sky.
So you're looking at it, and I sometimes see the numbers and I went, that could put someone under because you could say I'm buying it this.
And how can people be doing their own due diligence then? Where would you, because obviously you need a nightly rate. And that's the starting point, isn't it?
So nightly rate, occupancy, and then your total revenue for the year.
Right, so where would I get a nightly rate from?
So you would get that from AirDNA or Property Market Intel, Price Labs. You can go on actual Airbnb and check itself on Airbnb alone as well.
Or speak to somebody like yourself.
Or speak to someone like myself.
And then your occupancy, to be safe and conservative, what would you recommend?
That's the same. So that what these platforms will tell you.
All right.
Average daily rate, it'll give you the occupancy, and then they'll obviously work it out between that for the 360 days of the year, and then they'll give you your total revenue for the year.
Okay, and then obviously...
So if I say it's £100 a night at 70% occupancy, then the total revenue, that £100 might actually be 150 at 100% in the summer, but it might be 80 at 30% in the winter.
Yeah. So are you constantly tweaking prices then?
Aye. So I've got dynamic pricing.
Okay.
So that does it for me.
What system do you use?
That's Price Labs.
Okay.
So you put your systems there, you just map it straight on from a channel manager.
Right,
And that pushes it out to the Airbnb and booking.com and all the rest of it.
So you've got your channel manager, which is, I use HostAway, and then I put all my listings on there. Then I make an Airbnb account and I map it to HostAway. And then I can map it from HostAway to booking.com, VRBO, direct booking system.
And does the calendar get blocked out if one books on booking.com?
Aye, so someone books booking.com for tomorrow, then it'll block it off
Everybody's
Airbnb.
calendar.
I remember the buzz you used to get when you used to, like, there was one I got, maybe it was like, I don't know, 28 days or something like that, booking. See that buzz when you get that notification?
It's so good.
Yeah, you see that amount. It was amazing, man.
The buzz I get now, still get, is a 5-star review.
Right.
Yeah.
I get a 5-star review and I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Brightens my day.
Because I think people need to remember that, it is a guest experience business, and it is your hospitality now.
Yeah, there you go. So you need to go away from tenancy to hospitality.
It's a hospitality.
And it's guest satisfaction. That's all you really need to care about. See, as long as the guest is like satisfied. There's been times that I've got in the car and drove like 2 hours to go and sort something, maybe I don't know, drop something off for the guests because they've maybe not had it or the cleaners have left it. But you need to be doing that.
Yeah.
But eventually when I start scaling it more as this, I'm going to have someone in the UK as well, not just the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know?
And what would be that role?
You would need to have them as admin, but if they need to go and do something, then they're doing property inspections and stuff like that, which is all good.
Because your properties can start off amazing, but they soon deteriorate, don't they, in terms of, wee maintenance things.
And feed that back to the owner and like, look, we're getting a less occupancy rate. Or
it's like make sure you get lists off the cleaning team and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Because if two glasses break and then they go in and there's 6 guests and they've only got 4 glasses, it's just it's a headache.
That's an interesting one actually, because you're looking at employing cleaners, but really you're in the cleaners with a checklist of they need to do.
A cleaner is more for this for service accommodation. It's more as just a cleaner.
Yeah,
it's not going cleaning Karen's house at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday and taking 3 hours if you want. It's the timings need to be right. You need to be doing inspections. You need to be. If the guest needs something, you need to be able to the cleaners to go away and get it and bring it back.
Have you ever had anybody try to sue you or get a solicitor on you? I had that.
Oh, did you?
I had a group of girls staying there because the place, one of the places that I had about 5 or 6 at the time, and one of the places directly looked over the back of the hydro, right? So it was all people come for gigs and concerts and all that, right? So I had a group of girls from Dundee that came. I think there was 4 of them, and I got the text on the Sunday morning. I think they'd been at the gig on the Saturday night. I get a text in the photo with the radiator off the wall to say that the radiator fell on them. It's a little wee radiator. The radiator fell off the wall onto them, onto one of the girls.
Of course it did.
Aye, and I was like, oh, I'm really sorry for that. I'll get the handyman round, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right, okay. But they were checking out anyway, so I went and fixed it, and it was just a case of, what it's like, the radiators, the wall plugs come out, and then it's like,
it just comes off, aye.
Aye, it just comes off. So they'd obviously lent on it or something like that, or leaned. Anyway, I thought nothing of it, and that was it. And they didn't seem to make a big fuss about it at the time. Next thing I know, I get a letter through the post. Digby Brown Solicitors. You know that?
No claim, no fee.
Aye, that one you hear on the radio. I'm like, what the fuck's this? Our client's, fucking whatever her name was, has been and got a medical report assessment to say that she's been left with long-term back injuries. Basically we're taking you to cleaners, basically.
What was the end outcome of that?
I ignored it.
Just went away.
Fucking went away. I ignored it. They didn't even follow up. I was like, surely I'm going to get
Digby Brown's going to hassle you.
But that's
just fucking chancels, mate. Ambulance chasers.
But that's like that. You could have been like an old vulnerable person or something like that. Just make a wee bit of money, and then that's someone that will actually be like, oh no,
shit,
I need to do something about it.
I hope they're not still listening to this. Digby Brown, shower of bastards.
Your follow-up process is shit. They'll start following up to you now.
Out of court settlement.
So that's fine. So if that's through Airbnb, you'd be insured for it.
Yeah.
But if that's through a direct booking system, that's when public liability and stuff like that would come into place. Yeah. So it's about just being compliant with the law and protecting yourself, protecting the clients, protecting the guests.
Yeah. You got a big checklist for your clients when they come on board to make sure they've got the right insurance.
To make sure they've got
covers
insurances, covers, compliant with the law, compliant with the government, obviously for the license and stuff like that. But that's basically what it is.
Do you have clients now that are looking to grow their own service accommodation portfolios as well, and like you're almost kind of guiding them to helping them get the right quality assets, or maybe making them a bit more special with a hot tub and
so I would say they're clients, but I would say they're people that have inquired.
Yeah.
They're not maybe no clients yet, but I get a lot of inquiries asking for help basically, and that's fine. maybe when I was younger, I wouldn't have helped.
Well, the thing is, that's where you grow the business.
But see now that it's just about helping people and know that I only help people for it to come back to me. I help people because I want to help people, and it's just funny enough that actually it comes back to you for just being a good, true person. You know what I mean?
Pays it forward.
What's your best performing properties? Can you give us any juicy numbers of ones that are doing well?
To be honest, there's loads of them doing really well. There's one in Knightswood that does well. Probably on average pulls in 1 bedroom, but it's got the hot tub and stuff. That pulls in about $5,000 gross a month.
Aye, from the Rangers and Celtic supporters that are singing the sectarian songs.
That's where it is.
Where's Knightswood? Is that?
Knightswood's like Annie's Land.
Right.
If your neighbour listening to this right now, this is your guy. You need to chase him down.
In fact, my own 2 ones in Midlothian are really well.
Right.
I'm sure that they done £13,500 gross in August and July. In fact, it was like 13 in July.
Wow.
So really good.
So see if you...
the Oasis concert.
Which is unbelievable, because I'm sure I was speaking to... I'm not sure I was speaking to someone that had 40 units and they were making $12,000 a month.
Wow. But just to be
that's
like...
buy-to-lets.
Buy-to-lets.
And I'm like, I've got
2 units.
2 units are making me no far off the same money.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need to take... That's gross. So you're probably looking...
Give us an honest assessment, because like sometimes we throw these numbers out there and then we get all the listeners coming back saying, they've not taken into account their management fee and their costs and their laundry and their cleaning and all the rest of it.
Yep.
But like an average, I'm not talking about a mid-range kind of property per month. What would be
net?
Net.
You're probably looking at about $2,000.
See, that's pretty good.
$2,500, depends on obviously the size, location and stuff like that. But if I was going off average, I could probably check on my system.
Because you've got to take it over 12 months as well, really, haven't you?
You need to take it over 12 months, because this is what I say to the clients is you're going to do so well in the summer unless you've got contractors in the winter, depending on where it is. So I've got a few units for a client in Cooper, done $12,000 in August. Last month was maybe 6. This month's probably going to be even worse. But the minute it comes into like more peak season next year, they're going to fly.
And what type of property would that be? Like a $2,000 roughly? Like what sort of style?
2 bedroom. So I'm not uploading pictures of the exterior of the property. No. So that 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom is the inside of the property.
Right.
Is that because you don't want the neighbours to find out?
That's what I don't want even the guests to find out, or the neighbours. But it's not really going off property type. People are booking it from the inside of the property, so they don't know what it is.
What their internal experience is like.
So as long as the internal is good,
a nice view or
and it's properly staged.
Yeah.
So my partner Ellie, my fiance, she started in property. She's done a couple of refurbs, done really well with them. Got off to a good start, and then she's doing the staging for my clients and other people that are wanting staging.
Does that make a difference then, in terms of marketing and stuff like that?
Big difference. Then you've got your professional photos, and that's a part of your listing optimization. So that's going to be huge. It's like I don't know, when you're a wee guy going on a dating website, you flip by, you know what I mean? So it's like a property.
I've no any.
Fortunately, mate, we're too old for fucking this. I can't really look like
you talking about Tinder here?
I'm not saying that, my missus will put it.
You seem to know how it works, mate.
No. So it's like people are going through Airbnb and they're flicking through, and the minute they see a good photo, like
someone stands out.
And I know that
pops.
I'm now recommending my clients to use Ellie.
Yeah.
The reason being is because I know that she uses, not being biased, a wee bit, but
our staging.
I know that she uses good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Like as in like beds and sofas.
It'll last. It'll feel good.
It'll last. So it makes my life easier for a long period of time. And I know that everything is in the property.
A couple of things, just again, just throwing them out there as somebody who, like, I always hear the figures and I go, oh, maybe I might fancy getting back into that now when I hear the figures.
Get away to somebody to manage.
Aye, well, absolutely. Because we just do long-term lets. We don't do any short-term lets. But the council tax, how do you get around that in terms of? Do you just pay it or?
No. So the you need to check the valuable rate, because if it's a big unit, the valuable rate. Sorry.
The rateable value, is it the rates?
Aye. Yeah. So that's what you need to check for the property.
Mm-hmm.
So what basically are you converting it from
onto non-domestic rates? So you go into the valuations register.
Okay. Right.
So you don't pay council tax.
But if that company owns 5 of them, do you have to add up all the
So
5 to make it.
So I've done it for 2 of mine, and
Right.
it's not. It comes as 2 separate.
Right, all right, aye.
It comes as 2 separate. So the property needs to be advertised for 140 days per year, and it needs to be on airbnbbooking.com, or it needs to be let out for 70 days.
Right.
Then you'll go into the valuations register.
So effectively, you just switch from council tax to paying rates.
Yes, but you don't pay
Don't
rates
pay rates.
because they're under the
Under
they're under the
under
50.
the value.
So there's the small business relief
Yep,
scheme,
that's what it is.
and then you get okay.
Then
So
you
if
need
you got an apart hotel, then would that surely go over the rateable value?
that would probably go over it.
Yeah. So
But then
that's
again,
a
it's
cost worth factor.
So I don't know how that would work on that.
Yeah.
I would need
And
to.
what about the idea that we've talked about it before about the serviced accommodation? It all sounds great and the figures and all the rest of it. But if you're getting into that as a new investor and you're having to apply for your license, some of the councils are so slow it can take
9 months.
6 to 9 months.
It was probably the fact that the one in Glasgow I waited 12 months for, but I think that they've caught up on the list. That was when they first brought it in. There
So
was
what do
such a backlog.
So what do you do for that time when you can't really do anything?
Up to the client.
We'll cut that out.
But yeah, it's a good question actually. Like, you've probably got to factor that in, I'm assuming, up front.
And
and
your
say,
numbers.
Okay, I'm
Aye,
going
of
to
course,
say,
aye.
Scott, I'm going to get it to you, but for the first 6 months, it's not putting income in against it. That's just...
Well, definitely. Like I've got a few buy-to-lets, and I think I make maximum £250 a month.
Yeah.
So
No,
if it was a buy-to-let, you're not making too much money anyway. So
Yeah.
see if you want to wait the 3 to 6 months, you're going to make the money up. You're going to then eventually get that money back, and you wouldn't
Recuperate
really
that back.
concerned about it. Or you can try and speak to someone that wants it for 3 months. Listen, do you want the property for 3 months, but we'll give you a decent rate just to have it filled at the moment?
Yeah, like a somebody you've got on your contract. kind of
Someone,
database,
aye. Yep.
I've heard of people doing company lets, so you can do company lets, which means you're not signing them on a PRT tenancy, which is the very difficult then to
To get them,
To get them out.
get a tenant
Yep. So
to leave, basically.
that's the good thing about also SAs. You're fully in control of that property.
Yeah.
You've not got the guests are paying before they arrive at your property.
Yeah.
It's not
Paying
like a
up front.
tenant that goes in and they can
Paying
say, "Well, I'm
arrears.
not paying you," and I'm not leaving either. And then your hands are tied. Whereas SA, you've got a lot more control over your unit.
And then in your own investing, then you're obviously excited to get this portfolio.
Yes.
That's your kind of latest project.
So
and then
that's complete.
that's done. Brilliant.
That's complete.
And did you manage to get a discount on it? Does the deal
So
stack
it was
up
valued
well?
at 2.28 million, and we bought it for 1.775 million.
Nice.
Wow.
And we bridged that. We're exiting the bridge now. We're waiting on the valuations coming back DM Hall, and then we'll be flipping it onto a mortgage.
Yeah.
and
Money back out.
We've renovated 5 rooms already. Well, Mark done really well in that, organising all that.
Which Mark's here?
Mark Bowman, he's Kyle's business
Kyle's
partner.
business. I've heard of it.
Aye,
You talked
great
about
guy.
him before. And so does that one sit in a limited company with you guys as shareholders?
So we've got a limited company, and it's what is it? What's it called again?
SPV.
SPV. Sorry, aye, man. Aye, so SPV.
Yeah.
And then we've got the limited company for it,
Nice.
and then we're upping the rents. So
Yeah,
they're average about 500 quid now. We'll put them up to 700. So they're dead low.
And are they all tenanted?
I think there's about 4 or 5 that are empty just now, but
Right.
we're renovating them now.
Refurb.
And we're giving the tenants options to move into a new one, and your rent's going up, but it's going up anyway, so you're as well getting a new one.
Yeah.
Now I've got my buy-to-lets. I've got an SA that I'm staying in it just now, renovating a big property.
Nice.
I've a big refurb.
Nice.
What, for your own home?
For my own home.
Where's that?
It's next to Mar Hall. It's at Bishopton.
Nice.
So
Right.
it's a
What is that, a bungalow or something?
so it's a bungalow, double the size in it.
Roof
and I've
option.
Really?
spent 350,000 on the roof.
Oh, it's a refurb.
Did you get a main contractor in to do everything, or are you
So-
managing trades?
So, man, to be honest, Ellie's dad's got a building company,
Right.
brickwork company, and he's helped me a lot
He's
with it.
sorting it.
I'm used to doing a 3 bedroom
house
house
or-
or
That
flat,
sounds like it's going to
and
be
it
your...
went 100 square metre extension. It was massive. It was totally, and I've realised that now. I was totally out of my depth, and I thought I knew a lot about doing a refurb, but it's
Is that
different
up,
scale.
Is that up and out?
Just out,
Just
Right.
out?
yeah.
Nice,
So no
nice
upstairs.
lot.
Is there an upstairs already? No.
No. Just a bungalow, acre of land, lovely property.
Lovely.
Nice. Nice spot.
Big, massive glass apex windows and stuff. Open plan
Nice.
kitchen, diner. Really, really nice. My budget was 200 grand, 180, 200, and I'm at 350 at the moment. Still need to do the landscaping and finish one bathroom.
Some money landscaping now.
Oh my God.
You've just been through that with your master, is it called master?
Yeah.
With the landscape?
Landscaping is mental pricing now.
No wonder he drove a lorry through the front wall.
It was the new it.
How much did you pay someone to do that for?
Delivery driver, right? Fucking got a council letter for that the other day to try and apply for some license to take the wall and remove a curb. I'm like, there's no curb there, there's a lot knocked in. Try to get me to resubmit some of them.
You've got a lot going on, man. Just how do you keep your focus with all that? There's so many different things going on.
To be honest, I had an investment company last year as well. I kind of stopped that. I was investing, helping people start off in property or start off.
What does an investment company mean? Like you're
I was
sourcing?
I was investing money into people's projects.
Oh, right.
For fixed returns.
Oh, yeah.
But I've recuperated most of my money back, and I'm just going to keep it and do my own developments.
Yeah.
So was that after you had a wee bit of cash from the accident?
Might as well
and
get
you were
it
like,
working.
I'll just get some return on it.
I just thought I'll go and get some returns on it. Even though I was actively buying in property, I thought I'm not going to buy that much. I'm as well helping other people.
And was that other people that were in property that you were
Involved in
lending
property,
to?
aye.
Yeah.
How was your experience on that, being on the other foot as the investor, just dishing out the money? How did you?
It wasn't good. I was never ever worried about my money or anything like that. Maybe a couple times I was a wee bit flaky bits. But then I was like, I've invested I think I had 300 grand out last year, and I went, that 300 grand could have bought me 4 essays, 5 essays, renovated them, refinanced them, had my money back, and I would have been
churning in cash.
Now I'm making 12-15%, or in fact there's one of the cases was 20%, which is really good returns, but I would still be making more money investing that money myself. So I was like, that's scrap that.
Hell, 20%. That's a pretty, actually,
mate, you still wouldn't even do it if it was 20%.
I would 20%. I would. If anyone's listening, I'll maybe consider 20%. Obviously, like usually with higher rates comes higher risk. Do you know what I mean? So it
just depends if you're having security over the assets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the plan now is get that money back in and start increasing your own SA
so we're going
portfolio
through
at the same time.
refinance for the HMO.
Nice.
I've just completed on a refinance for one of my own units last Friday.
See, the HMOs, are they like student HMOs?
Student, professional workers,
right.
Void periods for people.
Aye.
But then we had a conversation with the council for like basically homeless accommodation, social care, and then the refugees and stuff like that, which was serious money. But they wanted a bathroom in every single room.
Which council was that?
Glasgow City Council.
Because they use for the asylum seekers, they use Mears.
So Mears, I manage a property in Lonehead in Edinburgh for a client. £1,500 market rent. I get $2,650 for them through Mears, and that's the Afghan program they're relocating the Afghans to. So I think there's 10 people in that property. $2,650.
It's good return now.
So it's good, really good money.
And what you're
I was going to SA it, and then that came across that, and I thought, said to my client,
this is easy.
Like I could make more money SAing it, but you're going to make less money.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to protect the client and do what's right.
That's good.
Amazing.
That's nice.
That's brilliant.
That's good, mate. Honestly,
that was a great story. Is there anything you think we've missed out here? Loads.
I don't know. I felt like
part two. Part two's coming up.
Part 2. We'll do a part 2.
I told you that hour would fly. Look at that.
What we'll do is we'll get Kyle on as well. We'll do like a 4.
Let's do that.
Ken wants a Joe Rogan style podcast though. He wants a
he's always talking.
I need an energy drink for that.
Yeah. Next time, right, we'll get Kyle in. We'll go for 3 hours.
Perfect. I will do it. That was a very quick hour. Where can
people reach out to you if they want to get in touch and ask about your SA management service as well?
Probably Instagram. My website, www.retrofitproperties.co.uk.
Nice, mate. We'll link it on the show notes. And
then, or just message me and I'll give you a phone. Schedule a call.
Interesting, mate.
I'm happy to help anybody.
It's an interesting story. Thanks for sharing it.
Thanks very much for having me. That was really good.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.